Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi! I have this coffin. I did start painting it and then I didn't know what to do with it, so I've left it for a while. And me and Sally from Smarty, I'll link her channel in the description. She's also after me. Well, we decided to do something on vampires. We decided a while back and then I forgot. Shocker. And if it weren't for Tracy at Miniscene saying that she was doing these one-to-one thingies, it would never have come back into my brain. So, thank you, Tracy. So, yeah, we're doing vampires. Now I like vampires. Any type of vampire. I like all the weird stuff like vampires, wolves, werewolves. Not so much zombies. I don't know why. I think they're a bit boring, to be honest. All they do is munch on brains. But I thought, well, I've got to make a vampire. And I can't wait to see what Sally's done. She's a bit like me, does a bit of everything. And I'm making a foil body. Just saves on a lot of clay. And I thought, it's going to be laid down, but I also want him to stand up. That was the tricky part. Well, kind of tricky. So right now, I'm just going to cover this vampire, well, this body, in a layer of polymer clay, just to get what I need. But I need him to look like he's sort of asleep, but not asleep. You know what I mean. So he has one arm in his coat and one arm over the other arm. Yeah, so I can put a hand in. Ugh, my hands. Yeah. So I've covered it all up in polymer clay, and now I'm just adding my bits that I need to add, giving it a bit more oomph. And he's going to be an ugly bugger. He really is. He's a bit of a cross between Mr. Barlow from Salem's Lot and Nosferatu. So yeah, ugly. He's not going to be one of your good-looking vampires, you know, like Edward or Christopher Lee. Oh God, Christopher Lee is a vampire. Oh, he was so good. And my brain can't actually function right now and think of any other vampires. And I'm a huge fan of vampires. Oh my God, my brain. One day it will work. Just not today. Again. So I'm using my pointy thingy, silicone tool, to put some details in. So I want him to have a bit of a higher collar. And I'm actually now putting my hands around my own neck to show you. And you can't actually see me. Yeah. That's brave. Bright, isn't it? So I keep knocking the camera and I do apologise. I'm trying to have different sections to do different crafts. So this section is for my paint pours, super glue, because it's a glass thing, and polymer clay. So sometimes you'll see my grey mat. That's where I'm going to be doing my resin on. And all the dirty mucky stuff, all the stuff I don't want on my mat, is on this glass because it's a lot easier to clean up. So the lighting can be a bit odd. I have got my new light. It finally arrived, but I'm still not right. I've got to faff a bit, and I do apologise if everything looks a bit shadowy. So now I'm trying to add fingers, and he's got long, gangly fingers, and like I've said, I'm not great with hands. I really have to do some practicing. I mean, it's better than some of them I've done, so I'm slowly getting there. But he's going to have long trousers on, and he's going to have some shiny shoes on. And I haven't actually put the shoes on yet, because I need to make sure he stands up properly. And I'm going to be putting little bits of polymer clay on that look like material. And I put in some little indentations for where the folds of like the trousers would be, and where the cuffs would be, but I'm not putting too much in it because I'm not only going to do the vampire, he's going to have his own little, what do you call it, SOS kit, I suppose, in the actual coffin with him. And so I'm making little tiny miniature things. I do like miniature things, and I'm glad I've got this oven. I'll pop it in the description. You subscribers are absolutely awesome for helping me get it, because I can't stop using it. It's just wonderful. And I said in the previous video I will stop banging on about this little oven, but I can't, not yet. It's wonderful. It's so nice. I like it. It's great. And I don't have to go into the kitchen and try and remember that I'm cooking. It's got a timer on it. It just switches itself off. So then when I finally remember that it's actually in there, it's not burning. It's already off. It's done. And it's great. So yeah, as you can see, I'm also using a sharp pointy tool. And obviously off screen, because I'm so professional, I'm just going around the back of his collar and down the side of his neck, trying to get the collar to stand out a little bit more. I will come back down in a minute, I promise. You will see what I'm actually doing. But hey, don't we all do this? Don't we all just forget what we're doing and go with the flow, and then think, oh poop, should have been a bit further down. So yeah, you can see now the collar's up there, and I've made his face a bit longer, and I've put his eyes sockets there, and his eyes will be quite... Now I'm going to spend quite a bit of time faffing with these teeth. I just could not get these teeth to fit. And then I looked at Nosferatu and thought, well, his front teeth are at the front. So I decided to do Nosferatu teeth. So this is why I say it's a bit of a mix between Nosferatu and Mr. Barlow. I mean, if it was really Mr. Barlow, he'd be a lot taller and even creepier. Oh my, I love that film. Salem's Lot, if you'd forgotten what I said already. Because if you don't like me, you'll have forgotten anything I've said. So I'm painting this now in black. And this is the black flash that I've got. And I wipe it off because I just want it as a stain. And it's brilliant. I love it. I've been using this paint to do paint pours with, but there's no reason why I can't use it for everything else. So I am. I don't waste stuff, so if I can use it, I will do. So I love how it stains the wood and doesn't make it too clumpy when you wipe it off. It's really nice. And it makes the inside look better now, like it's water damaged. Because this is supposed to be like an old coffin. I mean, he's old, he's like hundreds of years old. In my head. I mean, that's why he's so ugly and gnarly. He's been going for too long. He should really be staked by now. Oh, I really should have put a stake in there. In his chest. Oh, that would have been fantastic. Maybe next time. Because I've really enjoyed doing this. So, like I said, the stain's going on really nice. You just get a quick wipe and it's like, oh, lovely. And it's almost dry then as well, because it's soaked right into the wood. So now I'm just checking that he's big enough to fit in. And I've already put his feet on by the looks of it. Yeah, I have. I did not realise I'd done that. I've also made a little picture frame. You can see a bottle there, and there's some candles that I'd already made previously. I've just looked through my little stash of mini bits, and there's also 2 sticks there. So I'm going to be making 2 matches to go with the candle. That skull is going to go into that little picture frame, and I'm going to have a bottle of blood. Because it's his SOS package. He may be in there for some time. Depends where he's travelling to. So he's going to have the best blood ever, AB positive, because it's rare, apparently. I did research that bit. I am a sad, sad little monkey. I'm not a monkey. More gorilla type-ish. I'm waffling again. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'm staying in this as well. But I will go over it a little bit with some varnish and use the blood colour in it. Now, this bottle is teeny tiny. It did have little stones in, and they are from BeeBee. I do have a code for BeeBee if you want to have a look in the description box. Now, I've got red and I've got a dot of black, but I put a little bit too much black in. But I also want my blood to be a little bit sparkly, not too sparkly, but just enough. So I fill up the bottle and put the rest into the picture frame. Now, the skull, yeah, it's got to be a dead relative, surely. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe his long-lost girlfriend that was staked years and years ago, or she decided to pop out into the sun because she'd just had enough on him. You never know. So I'm using the UV to cook the resin, and now I'm dipping my little matchstick into the red resin, just so I've got matchstick looking sticks, and it works a treat. As you can see, I've got my hand covering the actual pot, and now I'm going to put bloody handprints on the actual coffin. I thought this would be a nice touch, and yeah, it looks cute. I did have to try and remember that, you know, I need to open this back up, so I had to be really careful. And I do put some bloody bits inside too, and on the actual candle, because I want it to look like it's dripping. Now, I haven't put any metal sticks in for the candle wicks. Oh, see that? Running away. It's alive. I really should have, think, just to give it that bit of extra something. But the candles do actually look like they've melted. So I'm going to pour the rest of this resin, not pour, because it's not really pourable, onto the top, the shelf of the coffin, just to make it so it looks like the candles have melted down, so it's dripped down. And it also, when I light it up, it will stick. So I thought, yeah, not really. Was it the candles that decided to do a wonder, or was it the bottle? It could have been the bottle. Yeah, because I super glued it, forgetting to scuff it, and then it just kind of fell off, so I had to go again. And I've put the matchsticks together across each other. Now, doing it on this glass is great, because all I have to do later on is just scratch it off. I've got a scraper thing that I had from my old cooker, so I'm going to use that, keep it clean. So I was looking at it and thinking it's still a bit boring, so I do add some more bits to it later on. Now it's time to do the actual painting. The first bit was just a wash, because I wanted to get into those little grooves, so then if I want to do any dry brushing, then you can see the lines in the material, and you can just see that there's a difference. Now that's a paint palette from wet palette from Temu. It's awesome. I can leave that for a couple of weeks and that paint will still be good to go, as long as I keep topping the water up, if I remember. So I'm going in with black, because it obviously wears black. He's a night owl. He likes black. He likes to hide in the shadows and pop out and nibble on your neck now and again. But I also like red, so he's got to have a touch of red. Not so much on his teeth, because, well, he's asleep at the minute. He's not nibbling nobody. But I thought the inside of his coat would look lovely with a red lining. You know, like the proper Christopher Lee vampire. I do know his name. It's the main vampire for everything. My brain just does not want to think. I'm sure somebody will know what I'm talking about. The vampire that starts it all. Oh dear. Forget it. I give up. But I don't want him to be too pink, too human. So he's going to be a bit grey. And I think being grey makes him look more dead. Yeah, I like that. Makes him look more dead. And his eyes, Jesus, they don't half pierce. Because obviously, you know, he's a vampire, he needs to have red eyes. Just because. Yeah, and it sticks out lovely. I mean, his eyes aren't perfect. In fact, none of it's perfect. But he does stand. And he stands really well. So I can either have him laid down or stood up. It's brilliant. That's so you can subscribe on your TV. Just take a picture with your phone and job's a good one. It's a lot easier than having to faff with your TV remote. I'm all for easier life. So I'm just going down the edge and I keep catching it. So I have to go in and cover up what mess I've made. And his shoes are just your bog standard, but they will be nice and shiny later. Because I'm going to add a bit of varnish just to the shoes. I don't want him to be too shiny. And look at that, he stands up lovely. So I'll go in with a little bit of grey, but I do make him darker. And I'm just going in with a light colour. And as I'm going round, I'm picking up bits of black from the collar, and it's like, oh, I quite like him a bit darker. So I do, I make him darker. He looks awesome. And I like the fact his head's all gnarly and blebby. Like he's got pustules everywhere. Because he's so old, it's like ridiculous. But I do go in to his eyes and make them like a bright white. And then put a dot of red. Just to give him that scary element. Because he is scary. He's supposed to be scary. He's going to suck your blood. Aha. That's from Sesame Street. I think. No, it's not. It may be. But now, I am going to make a book. Now, this is not going to be the Bible. You can't have the Bible. That would just be silliness. So, what I thought was, I'd have the cross upside down. And it could be a Bible for Satan. Because he's evil. And I don't know why, but I wrote Satan on the book, and I'm thinking, that don't look right. Did I Google to see how to spell Satan? No, I forgot. So if I'm wrong, will somebody tell me? Because I kept wanting to put an EN, and then I wanted to put an IN, and that would have been satin. And I'm like, I don't know. You know when something looks wrong, but you can't quite put your finger on it? That's where I am with this book. It's a bit strange. Now, I'm using watercolour paper here, and I put super glue on. It didn't stick. So I had to put super glue on, let it dry, then stick it. And then it worked. I'm like, what? It's because it soaked straight into the paper. I completely forgot. But it was the first piece of paper I got my hands on. And thank you, Tina, for buying me a coffee. You were one of those people that bought me my oven. I love my oven. Oh, I'm still at it. I'm sorry. And this is not going to come out for a while. It's going to be next week's, I think. If you were with me with the paint pouring of the neon frog, I made a skin and it all turned black. But I'm using it, and there it is. Because one side looks like leather. It must be something to do with the bottom of the tray I had it in. So, yeah, I made a leather bound book out of paint skins. And I also use it to put it in the bottom of the coffin to make it look like it was lined, but now it's so old. Thank you to my members. You are hugely appreciated. And it's not necessary. Joining is optional. I love all of you, with the exceptions. Some of you are just weird, which is good. I like weird. So I'm using these clips to hold it together while I wait for it to glue. And then I put my book inside, hold it again. It doesn't take long because it's super glue. And now I'm using my trusty pen, which doesn't work. So try it again. And it's sort of like, it must be the silicone in the paint skin, because it kept blebbing. So I used this one instead. And look, Satan, S-A-T-A-N. Why does that seem wrong? It still seems wrong now when I'm looking at it. I have no idea. My brain just don't like computing. So this is his Satan's Bible, because he's got to believe in something, surely. And I kind of did like little gold flames underneath. And now this is webbing. I bought this from, where from? The Range a while back, last October I think. And I've used it a couple of times, and I think it looks brill as like a cobweb. Now I'm trying to figure out where to put this book so I can still shut the actual coffin, but not squash everything or break anything. So it does fit. Everything just fits nicely, and I can still shut it if I want to. So it's worked a treat. And I'm gonna just shine up his shoes when I finish faffing with this bit, because his shoes have got to be shiny. I mean, this guy, he's fast, he wouldn't get dirty. I mean, look at his clothes. He's dead, but you know, still nice and clean. So yeah, I'm gonna smush this into there after I've measured it. Completely get it wrong, because that's me. But it looks like leather. I love it. So yeah, don't waste your skins, because they can come in handy for anything. Especially if you're like me and do all sorts. Now, I did put snicks in just to get it to fit. And, well, I decided I wanted it to be more rough than that. Like it's been just not chucked in, but worn, very worn. So I'll slap my glue in, give it a good squish round, and then that's it. But I'll also put a few little snicks in. Look at it, it's so cool. It stands. I just want to say thank you very much for being here, for watching. And don't forget to go and see Sally's, because I can't wait. I want to see what she's doing. Like I said, I'm going to put it in the description. She'll also be linked in the chats. So, voila. I hope you like it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.
In a world of shadows, light does sing. Goth unicorn with a blackened wing.